It's a new trading week, and we continue to see fresh record highs for U.S. equities. Joining me this morning is Peter Cardillo of First Standard Financial. Peter, happy Monday, and thanks for joining me.
Good to be back.
Well, we continue to see new record high for the U.S. equity markets as well as some dollar strength. Now, there are expectations that the Trump reflation trade effect is back, but given that we have some risk event, including Yellen's testimony this week, what do you make of this today's gains?
Well, there's no question that the Trump rally is continuing. And, you know, when he hit the markets last week with the fact that there will be a major announcement on corporate taxes or on tax reform in general, that certainly struck the positive nerve of the investors. And so, the market continues to rally. But, of course, there could be some headwinds coming, and those headwinds could come as early as tomorrow when we have Mrs. Yellen before the banking committee giving her testimony. And I kind of suspect that she's going to stay firm with a change in monetary policy, and that the economy is continuing to progress. And so these are two elements that could dampen this Trump rally. But the essence of the rally remains basically mostly technical at this point.
And another thing investors as well as Main Street is watching is Trump's meeting with international leaders. Now, over the weekend, Trump met with Japan Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, and we didn't get any wild swings in the currency markets. As for today, Trump is meeting with Trudeau from Canada. So given expectations about what Trump will do with trade as well as the FX markets, where do you stand right now?
Well, as long as we don't hear any grumblings about, NAFTA being torn apart, and perhaps maybe a new start to new negotiations with the Pacific trade deal, since he pulled out of that, then I think that the market probably will reflect on the fundamentals of the economy, and the fundamentals of the economy continue to stay pretty good.
And last but not least, Peter, I do want to ask you about the Eurozone. Now, earlier, the European Commission released a report upwardly revising the growth forecast for the Eurozone for this year as well as next year. But we do have plenty of risk event, including national elections happening in the Eurozone. And in addition, Greece is back in the headlines. So how do you assess the risk for the short term?
Well, I think, again, I think the euro is probably just going to stay within this 106, 107 range, maybe moving slightly lower, under or above the levels we just spoke about. But in general, right now, the key remains France. I don't think that Greece is going to be a problem. There's just a lot of talk, and every time we come under negotiations, there's always one of the groups that says no, it's not going to happen, and then at the end it does happen. That means that Greece is probably the winner, not the loser, and that a lot depends on the French elections.
Okay, Peter, well, we have a long week ahead of us, but at least next Monday we will get a holiday here in the U.S. So thank you so much for joining me ahead of this week.
My pleasure.